Oh, buying Star Wars Legion. Displaying my painted Star Wars Legion. Making terrain for Star Wars Legion. Playing Star Wars Legion. Having epic battles in the Star Wars universe played on a table that I made with minis that I painted is the most fun. Painting Legion minis and making even more terrain for Star Wars Legion. Look, sir, droids. What is going on, moms and dads of Lorcana? It's Chris here from Parents Guide to Lorcana, and when you're not seeing me playing Lorcana, you will definitely find me around the Star Wars Legion table. Now, Star Wars Legion is a miniatures tabletop game, and if you're unfamiliar with how that works, I'll give you a quick breakdown to see if maybe Legion is the right game for you. First thing you need to do is buy a core set. You can get 2 of those right now. The Galactic Republic era or the Clone Wars era. So it all depends on what year you were born. You're going to find love in one of those eras. Now the core sets are going to give you just about what you need to play an 800-point game. 800 points is the total amount of points that you and your opponent can have when you're facing off against each other. Each character or unit comes with a character card. Something like this. And in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a cost to play this card. This Boba Fett costs 120 points. So essentially, of your 800-point total you're allowed to have to play the game, 120 of them are going right to Boba Fett. Now, this is just what we call a naked Boba Fett. No weapons, no extra perks, no buffs. You can add things to these characters to make them stronger, but all of those additions cost points. 5 points, 10 points, 20 points. So all of a sudden, a 120-point character could be 200 points. That's 1/4 of your 800-point list. This is where the list building and the fun begins. Now, when you open the box, you're going to realize something right away. All your characters are on sprues. They're unpainted, and they're not ready to play at all. This game is not for you if you don't think you are interested in the hobby side of gaming. The hobby side of gaming is taking these plastic, gray, unpainted characters, cutting them off the sprues, assembling them with plastic glue, priming them, and then painting them. This is how they start, but this is how they finish. I spent a lot of time painting miniatures and take a lot of pride in my work, and nothing brings this game to life than having your characters look just like they did, or as close as possible, as they do in the movies. So now you've done it. You've purchased your starter set, you've cut out all your characters, you've glued them together, you've primed them, you've painted them. They look gorgeous. But now what do we do with them? Terrain. This game is built on terrain. You need to make the world look like the world. If you're playing in Tatooine, you want it to look like Tatooine. If you're playing on Naboo, you want it to look like Naboo. Aesthetically, building terrain brings the game to life. But you also need that terrain to block line of sight. So when you're attacking or when you're shooting, you can hide behind rocks or hide behind buildings and keep your characters alive a little bit longer. Legion is a turn-based game. What you're trying to do is A, achieve an objective that might be something like disarming a bomb, rescuing a hostage, or just obliterating your opponent's army off the map. Legion can be ultra competitive or ultra casual. You can play it the way you want to play it. I like playing somewhere in the middle. I'm not very good at this game, and losing is really frustrating, so I like to play competitively. I'm just not as good as some of the pro players that I've played against in our community. However you choose to play, if you have a bit of a creative bone in your body and you want to try painting miniatures, if you have a love for Star Wars, and if you've already played tabletop games like 40K, or if you're new to tabletop games and you think that Star Wars is the right IP to get you in, Legion is for you. I hope you had a chance to learn a little bit more about me today. Today you know that not only do I love Star Wars, but I love playing Star Wars miniatures games. I'm also very crafty, and I like to build terrain and paint Star Wars miniatures to make them look just like they do in the movies. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you think Star Wars Legion might be a game you want to try, or if you're already playing Star Wars Legion, Let me know too. I'd be curious to see how many people are in our Lorcana community that are also in our Star Wars Legion community. Thanks again for hanging out, and we'll see you real soon. Look, sir, droids.